Many of you are always asking about what is good quality and how can I identify it. And I want to get a little bit into transparency, and where many brands have a lot of catching up to do. Things like this, 100% wool, cotton, cashmere, linen, whatever it is, that's fine. Oftentimes we don't need synthetics. Yes, you can reinforce a sweater hem or make a turtleneck stand up. All good. But just because it says it's 100% wool, cashmere doesn't mean it's good. And that's where a lot of smaller brands are doing a fantastic job disclosing what quality fibers they're actually using. And larger brands could do a lot better. Let me give you an example. Bottegiani is a knitwear company out of Italy, and while they have a showroom in Milan, they very much operate as a direct-to-consumer business. But what they're doing a fantastic job with is their product descriptions. See, this is the transparency we should expect, because they don't only list who they're getting it from, in this case Biagioli, but they're also listing the yarn quality at 228. And they're doing this across all of their products. You can see here, the yarn comes from Cariaggi, which is combed by Brunello Cucinelli and Chanel. And they indicate the fineness too, meaning how densely has it been knitted. And the same here when they're using Loro Piana yarn. It's not a 228, it's 227. That's knitted into an 8-ply, 600-gram heavy sweater. Like, you want these numbers. It's very difficult to judge online, especially with knitwear, what sort of quality you're actually gonna get, unless you buy repeatedly from the same brand and have the same item and just buy it again in a different color. Now, for basic layering pieces, I cannot recommend Bottegiani enough. They're at around 250 euros, and as you can see, they use Z. Hinckliffe, Loro Piana, Cariaggi, Biagio, Todd and Duncan yarns, which are the best spinners in the industry. Another example for great product description is Colhays. The British firm goes into detail about their yarns and even the fineness that it uses. It's an 8-ply, 5-gauge, approximately 960 grams heavy cardigan. And when you scroll further down in the product descriptions, you're going to find that they even list the microns for the quality of cashmere that they're sourcing through Todd & Duncan. So these are two prime examples of how it's done right and how it should be done, especially by bigger companies and fast fashion. Because the move from eliminate synthetic fibers is great, but there can be so much more done to educate consumers and drive them to buy better products. By increasing the overall understanding and literacy of what goes into a high quality garment. Where does the yarn come from? What quality yarn was then spun and by whom was it spun? And then how much of that yarn did we actually use? Did we turn it into a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 ply? So that over time customers get used to the numbers and can quantify what makes a good product. In menswear this is very common. After a time you know what an 8-ounce fabric or a 12-ounce fabric, how much it weighs and how fine it is. And I personally would love to see this expand into women's wear, because you are always getting shortchanged over there. And if brands would expand their supply chain transparency, it would make a huge difference in informed purchase behavior. And ideally a few more brands start breaking down the individual elements of a garment, because traceability in the name of sustainability is great, but providing transparency in the name of consumer literacy is even better. Maybe you now understand better how I'm personally judging quality and how you can too in the future. With all that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay cozy.